Hi there, hi, good afternoon everyone. I hope you're doing really well. This is Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and I specialise in digestive health for busy women. So I help busy women fix their IBS, painful digestion, bloating, heartburn, etc. Any kind of related hormone problems or chronic fatigue, that kind of thing, which can often be traced back, at least in part, to some aspect of your gut health, which is imbalanced. So I was going to do a quick rundown today about gluten and going gluten-free. Is it absolutely necessary? And how to know if it might be necessary for you and your situation. So firstly then, just to say that celiac disease is a bit different from just being generally gluten intolerant, so what's known as non-celiac gluten sensitivity. If you're celiac, you absolutely must avoid gluten at all costs, because with celiac disease, it actually flattens out the villi of the gut lining, so it hinders absorption and stuff. It's a very different condition to what I'm talking about today, which is non-celiac gluten sensitivity. I should think if you had celiac disease, you would know about it by now and have it diagnosed, etc. So with non-celiac gluten sensitivity, this kind of just wide-ranging symptoms are associated with this, not just digestive symptoms. So you may, if you're sensitive to gluten, have the kind of classic bloating, constipation, diarrhea, reflux, that kind of thing can be associated with non-celiac gluten sensitivity. And also leaky gut is notorious as well. Gluten can cause this leaky gut situation or make a leaky gut situation worse. You may get brain fog, headaches, mood problems, anxiety, depression, and so on. Skin problems such as eczema and dermatitis, hormone problems, thyroid issues, all these kind of things. So the effects of gluten potentially can be far reaching. I say potentially because it doesn't absolutely affect everybody, just to make that clear. So if you do have those things, it's not necessarily gluten that's causing it. It can be a whole host of other things as well. So if you have non-celiac gluten sensitivity, it can really impact your microbiome negatively, so your balance of good and bad bacteria, that can be really impacted if you're gluten sensitive. So seeing as though most of our well-being and health, well, not most of it, but a lot of it is associated with having a healthy microbiome, such as our immunity or our sleep, things like that, our energy levels, our weight, maintaining a healthy weight, that's all associated with our microbiome. So it could potentially be that if you're eating gluten, it can be impacting your microbiome negatively and causing all these knock-on effects. So the thing is with gluten intolerance, is really important to look at the bigger picture as always. So how much gluten are you eating? Are you eating lots of gluten and this is why you're intolerant? Is your microbiome just not processing things properly? Is your diet just not particularly nutrient dense, or perhaps you've got a hormone imbalance as well, which can all affect how well that your body is processing gluten. So for example, you may be eating a lot of gluten containing foods, so which wouldn't be difficult because you would just have to be having a gluten-based wheat-based cereal, for example, a sandwich for lunch and pasta for dinner. Maybe you're having a couple of biscuits as snacks throughout the day, and all these things add up, and then basically by the end of the day you've just done nothing but eat gluten all day long. It's just too much for your system to cope with, and that could be giving rise to these kind of intolerance symptoms. Remember as well that gluten is hidden as well in a lot of packaged foods, so packaged sauces and gravies, things like that, all contain gluten. So if you want to avoid gluten, always get really label savvy as well. In addition to that, because it's in a lot of foods, it's worth bearing in mind that it is actually an anti-nutrient as well. So anti-nutrients are what plants have to protect themselves, essentially, so to stop them being eaten, and the anti-nutrients are going to hinder any absorption of any beneficial nutrients that the plant contains. So you get them not just in wheat products or gluten containing grains, but you know, beans, lentils, seeds, etc., all contain anti-nutrients. It's not just gluten containing foods. So what you need to do, if you suspect gluten may be causing problems for you, the best thing to do is just take it out of your diet completely for about 2 to 4 weeks. So as I say, get label savvy, make sure it's not hidden in anything that you're eating that is processed, and avoid all gluten containing grains. Take them all out totally for about 2 weeks, and then see how your symptoms are. If you've had a lot of improvement, then plainly gluten is not for you. If you haven't seen any difference, then it's probably not an issue for you. So if you need any support doing this, it's always a good idea to do it, working with a nutritionist, so we can make sure that your diet isn't becoming too deficient, and make sure it's all nice and balanced for you as well. So then if you did discover that gluten was a problem for you, then also we can make sure that you're getting, a nice balanced diet, instead of, having all these gluten containing grains and things going on. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. If you would like to speak to me, then do use the link below in the comments to book into my diary, or just pop me a message if you want more information. And there's also some free recipes as well to download. So do like and share if you found this useful, and I shall see you next time. Bye.